notice, and also for customers for joining. I'm sure this will be a very valuable session, and let's take it forward. And please do make it a collaborative session. So, Kennedy, over to you.
Thank you so much, guys. Appreciate it so much. Right. First thing first is, of course, thank you so much, Iris Colombo, being a very supportive partner of Microsoft. Today is actually a very great day for us. After 6 years, right? Finally, there is the next generation of Windows. Okay, and today we are doing this together with Iris. First thing first, of course, I just want to take a walk down the memory lane, right? Since 1985 till today, right? If you see how many versions of Windows, there are some skip version in between, but these are the logos. And today, proudly present to everyone, Windows 11. One of the few key things that we want to talk about Windows 11 will be shared along the way. So guys, don't worry. You can continue to keep your questions, and we have a Q&A by the end of the session. But before anything, I want to roll a video. So guys, in conjunction with our Windows 11 GA General Availability Date today, I also want to call out today as a very special day for us. It's actually a special moment that I want to call out to everyone, right? It's also our lovely Mr. Chairman's, Mr. Sanjeeva's birthday. So Microsoft here would love to wish Mr. Sanjeeva a great happy birthday. I can still remember the first time about 3.5 years or 4 years ago when I was introduced to Mr. Sanjeeva, right? The few key comment was really about, he's the Steve Jobs, he's the Satya of Sri Lanka, that kind of statement. And sincerely looking at the progress Iris has been done for the past so many years, right? It's really more than true, right? And I would love to extend the congratulations and happy birthday to Mr. Sanjeeva, which coincide with our Windows 11 launch as well.
Happy birthday, Mr. Sanjeeva.
So the next thing I want to share is this, right? Windows 11. So basically, this is the two mode that is available. Number one is, of course, we have a light mode motion of for Windows 11 per se. If you look at the total look and feel of the entire structure, right? Some people might say this is some sort following something like our competitors' product. But sincerely to share with you, this is well thought of a new UI user interface that we have. Take simple example like this small little comment of the logos in the middle of the screen, right? So today we can see that customers are moving towards very wide screen type of monitors. So imagine that having the logos or the widgets at the middle of the screen makes sense because they don't have to click all the way to the end of the screen in order to execute a potential application that they don't want to run. The next thing, of course, we also bring another mode, which is the dark mode of the Windows, right? So it brings a much more personalized Windows to the end customer today, where they can actually choose and pick whichever view that they prefer to. The few key things that we talked about just now, right, is really about how we actually change our rejuvenate our start, taskbar notification centers. If today you get to play around with Windows 11, right, you get to see that it's much more, all this new layout make things a lot more easier. The menu bar, the options, the key applications that you get to choose, and of course the new snap, with the desktop to keep you more organized. So take for example of Windows 11, which is built for the users to enjoy Windows as close as they want to every single day in their life. Right. The next few things that we show here, right, is actually things that you can see on the screen here, right? Shown earlier. When you talk last time that that part experience anyway. The next thing was Windows itself. What we meant by Teams integrated into the Windows itself, right? Remember the days of Skype. Remember the days where, MSN, where all these applications are actually key application in the system. So key is also available for free. For integrated in the system and stuff like that, hybrid way using PC to use a PC for work, but of course also use it for communications today. So having it seamless integrated is one of the so the here is air sharing, and the next thing of course was a mute button, right? Where the mute button is actually called on screen. Need to search for the mute. All these things make things much less of a resources of a PC at the bottom of the screen on the bottom right, where you actually get to see all the details. Multiple streaming services in one place, and of course also growing content of library. I'm gonna go a little bit into the growing content, right? To actually share with you guys that Windows 11 is going to support things like, for example, Android apps as well down the road. So take simple example, what we meant by Android apps, right? So it's going to be available through the Amazon store within Microsoft Store. So people that like to use, their TikTok apps, they want to use their WhatsApp view as per their phone. So all these apps actually able to be installed in the Windows 11 in the future. Okay, for currently the availability only in US, but we see the fact that that's going to be extended to all the countries very soon, most probably down the road by another 2-3 weeks. Microsoft Edge continue to be one of the key browser that is available with Windows 11 today. We start to see that our partnership with Edge Chromium, where what it can bring of a new way of looking into the website. So these are the few key features of Windows 11 today. The next thing to share is, of course, from a gaming perspective, right? Microsoft also actually brings Windows 11 into a different motion of gaming, right? For perspective of cloud gaming, enhanced graphic, faster loading time. And how can we relate this to businesses? How can we relate this to commercial, right? Perspectively is this. Everyone will require a hybrid devices, and when the PC also able to do gaming, meaning to say that today these PC are able to drive a better performance for the end user, and of course better collaboration too. And we have things like, for example, a lot more quality games that is available from perspective of like a Netflix of library of games, right, within the Windows 11 itself. The next thing to call out is, of course, from an innovation, right? From a devices perspective, right? Windows will never run away from all these key points, right? Take simple example like a touch screen per se. A lot of customers today, they already start to embark into a touchscreen usage, right? Things like, for example, a pen input, voice control, even assertive technology to assist people that are having issues like, for example, they are blind or deaf, unable to use. So all these technology are integrated into Windows 11 itself. If you look at the assertive, which I potentially can have another session to assist EVIS, because EVIS has been a very social responsibility company in Sri Lanka, to provide that sessions to help more users. Windows, laptops, and so forth, workstations, all these are available. Innovation of devices as Windows. So the next few things I want to go through with a summary, right? Windows 10 Home, Windows 11 Home, it comes with a built-in features. Windows 11 qualified devices your 15-digit, 20-digit password with the current you can use your facial recognition and we have basically Microsoft Photos, we enhance it a lot. Also inbound. Some people ask me this question, right? Hey, Kennedy, well, can share with you easily the game bar today, right? You can do a screen record, but so the things that we can I will say four needs, right? The first thing is of course a built-in protection. Built-in protection means to say that when the user and the devices unable to unlock the hard disk and actually load the data somewhere else. This is something and cost and I all security protect. After 6 years of waiting, right now we're Windows for everyone, right? So the few key features I want to talk about today, right, is basically the productivity of a hybrid working, right? So hybrid working, where we are looking at, is very simple, right? Where today, customer, they want to actually able to work from home and or from their office and or wherever they are. So basically having that simpler UX or having that simpler interface, right, to improve their productivity or focus wherever they are, it makes sense. From making things too much of security because we are building a zero trust ready OS where deployment is actually seamless and also from a zero touch perspective. The few key sharing about productivity, right, is really about driving that easier workload, Snap, Snap video and so forth, where when a user wants to use it for their productivity perspectively, it can be actually built from a higher use capability that they are using every single day. Microsoft Edge is actually a faster browser that can actually integrate nicely together with the Microsoft 365 applications. Microsoft 365 applications today not only available by, of course, from an agreement perspective, but from a web perspective, all of these Microsoft apps are more available for the end user to use. So for perspective of automated workflow, we also have it for our customer.